Hello and welcome to episode 181 of That King Thing, the episode that Ezio's already managed to ruin by ringing his bell during the intro. Thanks, you feline douchebag. This week, we are recording on a weird day. This episode is weird, officially.
As was the previous one.
Some would say it's been turned upside down, right around, because we're going round the twist. I was wondering if that would make sense to anyone.
Yeah.
Obviously, it makes sense to Brooke, so it's fine.
Hi.
We have Patreon, Brooke Archer here. Hi, Brooke.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Joshua.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention I'm Thomas, your eldest sibling, and that's Joshua, the middle sibling.
Yes. His middle sibling, not your middle sibling.
He's our middle sibling, again. And you're our oldest
He's everyone's
sibling.
middle sibling. Everyone's middle sibling, all right?
We're all brothers and sisters, and we should all get along.
We should. We are all brothers and sisters, and James 2.0, the robot, is here.
Hello. Oh my god, there's 4 of us here.
Technically.
Has James 2.0 been updated with new phrases?
I don't know.
Does that mean no?
Yes.
That's disappointing, Thomas.
James 2.0 is here, but not in use this week. He's been sidelined. Because Brooke told me earlier that she wants to replace James permanently.
Yeah, this was the discussion we had about 2 months ago when we decided I was doing Mastermind, and then Joshua agreed to it, so we're going with it.
It does mean that about 5 minutes in every week, you have to say the word FIFA, because we've
Just
found
wait.
James's pattern.
You just wait.
FIFA 20 though. FIFA 20.
No, James, we don't want to hear from you anymore.
I'm trying to load them in on the fly to click them for you. Keep mentioning it. Yeah, so yeah, for those of you who don't realise, like what we do is we have a Patreon account, and obviously listeners choose to donate money monthly to us to help us fund the show. And if you donate at a certain level, you get the privilege of coming and doing the mastermind and being part of the show for an episode. And because James is on holiday, we've decided to let Brooke have her turn because it's her turn.
Yeah, I pay them too much money.
Is it everybody done then?
We are at the end of the list officially, yeah, once
Right.
Brooke's had hers done.
We can jack them prices right on up now then, can't we?
We might need to lower them because we're low
Or
on
put them
applicants.
down, because everyone's already done Mastermind.
Yeah.
That's literally all I paid for, because I said to Tom like 6 months ago, I was like, man, I want to do Mastermind so bad. And he goes, all right then, Patreon.
Yeah, she was like, I want to get on mastermind. Like, well, you know how to do it. Patreon.
Yeah.
It's like, just because we're friends, you're not getting on for free.
I was like, stuffy then. Here's $15
No
a month.
circumventing the rules here. No circumventing the rules here. So, Brooke, how does it feel to finally be part of That King Thing as your Patreon reward?
Less glamorous than I thought it would be.
What would make it more glamorous for you?
Not being sat on my lounge eating a muffin.
Okay. Would it help if we did something like
Brooke's here.
Yeah.
there you go.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
FIFA. FIFA.
I need to line that up with James's FIFAs and see if it fits.
It probably won't.
For those who are wondering what we're talking about, listen to last week's episode. Brooke does actually do a fitting job of fill James' place as memory recall master. Give us a random quote from a random episode, Brooke.
Oh, the pressure.
Oh, no, that's
Oh,
on
this
the
doesn't look
spot,
good.
isn't it?
This doesn't look good for Mastermind. Oh,
Especially
no,
topics
Brooke,
that
you're
King
gonna
thing.
Oh no. What about the time that you guys inserted the cricket noises when Joshua wasn't there? That's
That's a
almost
very
a quote.
memorable one.
Oh, well, sorry then. You weren't even here.
But I've listened to the episode.
Whatever.
I
So
bet
have I.
Brooke listened to it as well. Just saying.
I've listened to it multiple times. I listened to it last week.
There you go. What else should we talk about? Because the thing is, we're recording this on a Saturday night to us, which means it's only like 3 or 4 days since the last episode. So we have got news to get to eventually, but there's not really a what have you played this week? Because we've not had a chance.
I was going to say, I've played
Yeah.
nothing.
Brooke, what have you done this week? We might as well ask you.
A bit of FIFA, a bit of COD. I've
Hey,
played some Rocket League,
Rocket
some
League.
Spider-Man. Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Yeah, Rocket League, Spider-Man.
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Bit of F1 2019. Not a lot.
FIFA
Aren't you
20
a year
though.
behind with
FIFA
that?
20.
FIFA 20 though. FIFA 20.
That's supposed to be a James impression.
No,
What was with the accent then?
I don't know. Lost all my letters.
It was dirty.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, I thought you remember Recall Master and you knew all the quotes.
That's a
Oh,
recent
Google.
one. but it
That's
fit
a
in.
recent one where James went, "It's dirty," and then I lost my mind and asked him what dirty meant.
Let's be real. No one really listens to James.
Please let us know if you prefer Brooke being here to James, and we'll sort something out.
Oh, no one was going to say yes to that.
We could also trial James here and Brooke here and see what it's like
No,
without
Joshua.
Sorry to do that in front of you, Joshua, but
Or it could just be Thomas and 3 bots. One of Brooke, one of me, one of James.
just a robot of each and every one of you with a soundboard.
Or just Joshua, me, and James, and no Thomas.
Yeah, exactly. Seems how we've covered who Brooke is. I don't know. Do you want to tell us anything about yourself, Brooke, before we move on? Do you want to talk about you?
What do you play
This is your
normally?
opportunity to take the stage.
Oh no. What do I play normally? Spider-Man. A lot of Spider-Man. A lot of Rocket League. A lot of Formula 1. Let's look at my PlayStation. Thomas, do you remember when I called Pez fake FIFA?
Yes, I do remember when you called Pez fake FIFA.
Yeah, not a lot, but a little bit of Dauntless. I played the first 5 minutes of it.
Well, we
Oh,
should play.
Detroit?
We should play more Dauntless together because
That's why I got it, and then you just ditched me.
No, I've never even tried it with you, so how could I have ditched you?
Exactly. 'Cause I asked you and you didn't answer me.
Basically,
Alright.
you just play Spider-Man and Formula 1.
Yeah, I
That's the
play a
general
lot of
summary, yeah.
Spider-Man. I play a lot of Spider-Man. Like a metric butt ton of Spider-Man.
How many times have you finished it?
I'm intrigued that you could play it so many times over.
I have finished Spider-Man 11 times,
Wow.
which is not going to bode well when I get
I was-
4 points in Mastermind.
Yeah, I was about to say, be careful what you choose to divulge information-wise, because
No, Joshua just asked me, that's why I answered him.
the polite thing to do would have just been to say
Ignore it.
well, yeah, just ignore him. It's Joshua. We'll do some news. Let's do some news.
Sorry, Joshua.
News.
Thank you, James.
You've never thanked him before. Why this week?
Because this robot James is actually better at it.
Yeah, it probably is. Do you want to do the news this week, Joshua? Because
You do the
I'm
first
going to have to do
one.
Mastermind, and I've fried my brain already. Right,
You do the first
60
one,
Mastermind
and then I'll do the
questions.
second two.
Well, 58. Okay, so the first one is Red Dead. So we actually have news as well. This is the more important thing. We've somehow found news, but the first piece, and probably the biggest piece for the week upcoming, is Red Dead Redemption 2 is now officially coming to PC, and it will land on November 5th. If you pre-purchase it through the new Rockstar game launcher on PC, you get some like limited edition stuff, like some freebies and stuff like
Do you
that.
get a shit ton of gold for online?
It doesn't say. It just says that you get like free upgrades, and you get an upgrade to the premium edition. So we'd have to check what's in the premium edition, I guess. And it says, offering free Rockstar games, 2 free Rockstar games. So I don't know what they'll be. If it's San Andreas,
they've
that's
only
just going
got
to be a
3
kick
good
in the
ones.
balls, because San Andreas was already free for installing the launcher in the first place.
What if you just got 2 free game tokens and you can use them on whatever you want?
I don't think they'd do that. They'd probably give you specific games.
Save your
Joshua.
token until next GTA comes out.
I'll claim GTA 6, por favor.
Okay.
Yeah, and sorry, I just had an emphasis. Can I read the news, please, Joshua?
I suppose.
Brooke's allowed to do it because Brooke's reacting like she's really listening to the show, so it's fine.
Yeah, I just had a thought where I forgot I was actually involved in this. I was just listening and laughing along, like, haha, that's funny, great podcast, guys. And then I realized I was in
That
it and I
sounds
had to
sarcastic.
communicate.
That sounds as sarcastic as can be.
Well, yeah. Continue.
So anyway, you're allowed to pre-purchase Red Dead Redemption 2 for PC from October the 9th. So it's not quite... Well, actually, by the time this goes out, that might be live. What day is that? Yes, by the time this goes out, you will be able to pre-purchase it. But at the time of recording, it's days away. So go pre-purchase it if you want it on PC. We kind of talked about this last week as well, didn't we, actually? Me and you, Joshua, we said...
Yeah, we were wondering if it would come
the game's
in or not.
launcher is basically an omen that Red Dead's coming, or it might be the week before, but whenever we talked about it last, we were like, this means Red Dead's coming to PC, because why else would you launch your own launcher?
Yeah.
So we predicted the future for once.
I actually hope James is wrong about 2042 because we do this quite often. Maybe that's his one thing.
Do we actually get things right, though?
We have done.
I mean, you got this right.
Yeah, but I called like Fable at E3 and something else stupid. I can't remember what.
We've got stuff right in the past, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe we should ask the new Memory Recall Master.
Memory Recall Master, have you ever got anything right?
Yeah, I remember. I'm pretty sure you got something right a couple E3s ago. I don't remember what it was, but I remember you got it right. And you have gotten something else that wasn't really important right, but you know, you're doing pretty well.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Joshua,
Thanks
do you
for
want to do
those
the
wonderful,
rest of the
accurate
news?
stats there.
Thanks for
I'm
the
trying my
amazing specifics.
Joshua, I've had 4 hours sleep. Shush.
Oh yeah, for context, like this is a weird recording mainly because Brooke is, if you haven't worked out by the sound of her voice yet, Australian.
I have a
which
very
means
weird English accent.
she's at the other side of the world to us, which means the time's different, people. That's how time zones work.
And
Yeah.
when her voice comes through the computer, Thomas actually has to reverse it for it to make sense.
No, she's
Yeah, I
upside
speak
down,
in
not
back-
backwards.
No, but I speak in backwards sentences because I'm upside down, so it travels to you backwards.
Is that why you're
Um,
really good at what did I call that game that I did?
Backwards
I forgot.
compatible.
Yeah, is
Backwards
that why you're
compatible.
really good at that game?
Yeah.
Because to you it just
Yeah.
sounds normal, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Do you have to listen to the podcast from end to start for it to make sense?
Yeah, I turn my phone upside down, and then I just keep
Ah.
pressing the backwards 15-second button. But it's
What
actually,
I think
yeah,
you mean
it's-
is you turn your phone the right way around.
Well,
What?
no, it's I turn it upside down to what you guys would call it, but yeah, to me, it's the right way around.
No, because if you're upside down, it'd have to be upside down to you to be the right way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Yeah, and then I
clarifying.
put my earphones in upside down, and then put the right ear in the left one, the left ear in the right one, and then I just keep pressing the back 15-second button to listen to the podcast. Comes out pretty well.
Okie doke.
I'm satisfied with that as an answer.
Great.
Should I move on to the other news now?
Yeah, you do these, Joshua. These are yours.
In other news, Rocket League's crate replacements are announced. In
Oh.
December, they will be replacing the pay-to-open crates with blueprints, which will show an image of what
Blueprints?
they actually are going to be. So you can choose whether or not to use the paid
Oh.
currency to get that item.
Oh.
So any crates you have will be replaced with blueprints. I
Oh.
believe they're just random ones, and
Right, okay.
you pay for whatever it is the new currency is going to be called to get your blueprint made. So you can choose not to use them, which is,
Okay, can you
Similar
sell the
to how it
blueprint
is
to
now.
somebody else, though?
I don't know, I've not looked into it that much. I know that it still has the chance to be painted and stuff like that. So painted and certifications are still by chance, but you know what item you're getting. So they've
So
taken the
the
gambling
crates-
aspect out of it.
the crates that you already have now, they're being replaced by blueprints, yeah?
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
getting replaced in December.
Will will those crates that you already have be replaced by blueprints with the same like level of rarity or
It
whatever?
should be.
Because I'd be pretty devastated if I had saved up all these crates like I've been doing, and then they got replaced by like crappy ones.
Well, that's what I was thinking. It should at least be an item from the crate it's replacing. So, like, out of
providing a
the
blueprint
8
exists for
items,
it, you might get something from
Exactly.
like the current season. But as long as
Yeah,
you get decent
so-
blueprints for what's inside
Yeah.
your box, it's not the end of the world. I don't
And
think.
even if you don't get decent blueprints, you know what you're getting when you open them.
Yeah.
You don't know
Yeah.
what color it's going to be or whatever else certification might be, but you know you're getting this octane decal.
So
or
what
whatever.
happens with keys if you've got keys? Have they said?
They're also getting replaced with the new currency at
So
the
they'll turn into the
sort of
crafting
exchange
currency.
rate. Yeah. So if you've got 5 keys and that's worth, for example, £5, you just get £5 worth of the new currency, whatever that might be.
On the
That
topic
sounds
of
alright,
Rocket
then.
League, before we move on
Rocket
from Rocket
League?
League,
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Twitch Prime users, go claim your free car body because
You
I
stole
have.
my news there, Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should have said something before.
No, that's fine.
Why don't you give the
pretend it's
rest
you.
of that news?
Why don't we pretend that you did it? I'll just shut up and then you do it. Do what I did.
Yeah, Twitch Prime users. If you go onto Twitch, you can claim your free Rocket League car body, like I have, and Thomas has, and I'm sure Joshua has.
Is it any good?
I've not used it. Should I look at it now?
Well, I think it looks a little bit like
It's a Dominus. It's a curvy Dominus.
It looks a bit like a Mustang type GT, Shelby GT, maybe.
Yeah, that's why I got it.
That's why
Yeah,
I wanted it. It's
it's-
like an American muscle car kind of vibe.
It's a Banshee
looks
from
sick.
GTA.
It's many things. It's many things.
It's also a real life car.
There's also going to be paints and stuff through the rest of the month, I think, isn't there?
Yeah,
Is
there's
that-
definitely more than just that.
Let me have
Yeah.
a look.
I'm pretty sure that there's the car, which is now. Then there's a paint job, which is one of those animated paint jobs. There's some wheels, and then maybe a topper as well. I think that's what you get ultimately all together.
Yep,
I think you basically get like a little bit of everything to make a whole car eventually.
Yeah,
With its own style.
I don't know if it tells you.
Oh, I've got it. No, I've got it here.
Oh, here
Twitch
you go.
Prime-
I got it.
Okay, I'll let Brooke do it as the guest. Go on.
Thanks, I'm really excited. All right, so the first week of the Twitch Prime Pack 1, you get a battle car and 6 decals, which looks pretty sick. I quite like it. And then it's not out yet, but Pack 2 has exclusive wheels, engine audio, and more decals. Pack 3 has exclusive animated skin boost and topper, which no one uses toppers anyway, so it's useless. And
Sorry, pixelated glasses. Fuck you, people use toppers, Brooke. Nearly
Actually,
5,000 goals with them on.
me and Tom used the crown for ages when we were playing Rocket League heaps.
On PlayStation. Yeah.
On PlayStation, yeah. And Pack 4 has exclusive goal explosion banner and antenna.
Do you have to log in and keep playing to unlock the rest, though? Is that how it works?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Because there's something that I said. It says like available day 27 of your journey, available day 55, available day 83. So you've got to like maybe, unless it's just however long it is since you claimed the first one, you've got to wait that long to get the rest. Maybe, I don't know.
So I just opened up Rocket League, and it comes up with new item Nemesis, the limited body that you get from Twitch Prime. And it has the new engine audio as well, and new decals and stuff when you log in the first time after you claim it from Twitch Prime.
So you have...
There's heaps.
You have until March 27th next year to be able to claim all 4 content drops.
So it will be that then. It'll be once you claim the first one, the days that I mentioned in the list that I was just looking at is, so day 27 when you get pack 2, it's 27 days after you've claimed the car.
Yeah.
And then 55 days after you've claimed the car, you get the streamer boost. And
So
then
you
83
need to-
days. So it's about when you claim the car. So you bet. So if it runs until March and it's an 83-day thing, then you really need to claim the car by like the end of the year. And then you've got 83 days until it runs out in March to get everything.
And if you, for some reason, get rid of Twitch Prime, you still keep them.
Oh, that's good.
As
Oh,
with
no, that's
anything.
good.
Cool to know.
Right, last little bit then. It's a real tiny bit of news though. Have any of you actually watched this video that I'm about to mention?
I got a chance to watch it very briefly
It's very
before we
short.
started. Yeah, it's like a
I
minute or
have
something,
not.
isn't it?
It's a little sort of reveal for the Avengers Damage Control VR experience, which just basically looks like you're in Iron Man suit and controlling damage. I don't know. It doesn't actually.
The name says it all, doesn't it?
There's a few videos on YouTube that I've not checked out where I believe they talk about the game and what you might do in it, but I've only really had time to watch this.
Is it exclusive
it
to
now.
any of the VR
No idea.
kits, or is it just general?
No clue.
Well, that's good then.
But it will exist and we'll probably learn a lot more soon. Or later.
That detail is sick.
It does look
Yeah,
good, doesn't it?
it does look like it'd be pretty cool.
It looks like, that. Wow.
It does say tickets on sale now, though, as though maybe it's something you have to physically go to. Unless that's for a demo. I don't know. I haven't looked at it properly, in all honesty. So, we'll have to see.
Can you imagine if VR games just weren't housebound at all and you had to go somewhere to go play them?
Like a Pokemon Go VR.
Yeah.
That'd kind of suck, though, if you had to like physically go somewhere because
Yeah.
it'd defeat the point.
Yeah,
It would.
there's no point having VR if you're already outside in actual R.
Yeah, in actual R. It's a good job you didn't say AR because AR is
Yeah.
augmented reality, and that's a different thing.
I was
entirely.
thinking the same thing then.
That's why I said it the way I did.
I figured. I'm just clarifying for those who didn't understand.
That's everything for news though now.
I have some news.
You have
Oh,
some
go on
more
then, Brooke.
news.
Wow.
I have some news.
Wow.
I've actually contributed this week. Wow. Okay, I have two bits of news.
You've already contributed in more in 25 minutes than James has in 3.5 years. So
Yeah. See? Replace him.
guess
Okay.
what Brooke's got that James hasn't?
News.
All right, I have two bits of news.
Continue.
One of them is specific purely to me, just because I like it. Spider-Man, if you got PS Plus, Spider-Man is on discount. Both the normal full game and the Game of the Year edition. You save about 40% off full price. And then I got three bits of news really. This one's for James. Very, very sadly, John Kirby, the former Nintendo lawyer and Kirby's namesake, has passed away fairly recently. Age 79. It was quite sad. I think we all need to have a moment of silence for him. Yeah.
It is sad, but I don't know the guy, so he's not getting a moment's silence from me.
That's just bloody rude, isn't
Brutal
it?
Joshua has spoken.
That's
Move
rude.
on.
That is rude.
I don't expect a moment of silence from anyone when I die. They'll all be cheering.
Well, you're not getting one now.
Exactly.
I had a third bit, but I forgot what it was.
Was it the Rocket League thing that you've already done?
Oh no, it was RuneScape. There's in-game
go on.
loot RuneScape. In-game for Twitch Prime premium currency pack.
Yeah. That's all.
I'm just trying to be James now.
You're doing a better job of being James than James does of being James.
You brought
All
3
right, move
points
on.
of news, technically 4, and we only had 3 points to begin with, so well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I saw
Congratulations.
the doc and I was like, oh, that's shocking.
Excuse me, it's been 3 days since the last episode. Chill your boots. Very judgmental for a new.
She's not trying to replace James, Thomas. She's trying to replace you.
Ooh.
Clearly.
Oh, Joshua's caught onto it.
It won't work very well because she's a day behind for all news anyway.
Day ahead.
Day ahead.
Shit!
It's
Shit!
Sunday.
No! She finds out
It's Sunday
first!
to her, it's Saturday to us.
Yeah.
I love how you think that's how time works.
I forgot she was east of us.
Yeah. I'm
Technically,
east.
she would find out on Sunday. While I don't know. Did she
Technically,
find out first?
you'd find out first because you'd find out on Saturday and I'd find out on Sunday.
Yeah. So technically, we'd have found out first because we'd have found out the day before she did,
Yeah.
That's a good point.
depending on when it lands.
What day do games come out generally for you, Brooke? Is it a Wednesday or a Monday?
It'll be a Wednesday because it's a Tuesday to us.
Yeah.
Shit. That
Wednesday.
sucks. Hump day.
It's no
and
worse
you
than
can't
Tuesday.
play.
It's still a weird day.
It is a weird day.
Why do you think I had
We're
pneumonia?
missing the point. What, to get all week off?
Yeah.
We're missing the point though, because there's a better reason that Brooke's here than to replace me.
Oh no.
I think you've just given her pneumonia and she's going to go now.
Yeah.
It's mastermind.
I have some kangaroos to go and herd. Sorry. I need to bounce.
Like a
Kangaroos
kangaroo.
bounce. No, Joshua, they're not money, they're animals.
I know. But it's also short of kangaroo. For me.
Okay,
Oh, this is
so
stressful.
this is the infamous mastermind that we spoke of earlier. This is the reason Brooke's really here. Did we speak of it earlier? I said that we spoke of it earlier. I don't know if we actually did.
Well, you spoke of it last week.
This is. Yeah. Yeah. Because you said you wanted to do it. That's.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to do mastermind. That's
Oh,
what I
yeah,
told you
yeah.
earlier. So this is a concept of game show. It doesn't really exist outside of the UK. So I have to kind of explain it a little bit. Does it exist in Australia, Brooke, or do you know it from TKT?
I think it was an old Australian show. I don't think it's still a thing.
Okay. It's been run since about the 70s. It's been a show since the 70s. So.
Mastermind Australia. I'm googling.
So maybe there is an Australian one. You're the most likely other country to have it because you're the nearest thing to more Brits. You're just the convicted.
Oh yeah, we do have Mastermind. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So it does exist.
We're not the convicts,
the
we're the party
convicted.
people.
Children of convicts.
Party people.
Descendants of convicts.
Party
Anyway,
people.
moving on. I'm going to explain what Mastermind is. So Mastermind, essentially, our contestant, which is Brooke, picks a specialist topic and gets a set length of time to answer questions on said topic. Joshua is defending that King Thing's honour and going against her. He has his specialist topic, and then we go back to Brooke for a round of general knowledge, and then Joshua does a round of general knowledge. And then the person with the most points at the end wins. As it stands at the minute, we do have a leaderboard of other Patreons who have been on in the past. Down at the bottom is Jerry Narco on a lowly 8 points. He was one of our first ever contestants, wasn't he?
You have to remember he lost while ironing. It's really important you mention the ironing.
Yeah.
Yes, it is important that we mention the ironing, Brooke, but I'm just trying to remember if he was the first. He was definitely an early
believe he was the
contender if he wasn't the
first, yeah.
first.
Memory,
Or at least he was the
Memory
first
Recall Master
Patreon.
says he was the first Patreon.
Yeah, the first Patreon, maybe not the first contestant. Right up at the top of the board, we have Kate on 19 points because she picked the most specific of specific topics you could ever pick of Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies, the giant map, which is basically the hardest thing to write 15 questions about ever without them
I
being
should have just
ridiculously
said
easy.
my subject and then Elwyn Forest.
Elwyn Forest. You know I'd have been able to make Elwyn Forest the hardest topic you've ever had
Yeah,
in your
no.
life. What's the realistic square footage that Elwyn Forest covers?
80.
80? 80 square foot?
Yeah.
Mate, Northshire Abbey is bigger than 80 square foot on its own. We've gone off on a tangent, so Let's stop doing that.
Let's force Brooke
Let's
into
not
the
do
most
that.
stressful situation she's ever been in.
Let's force Brooke into this horrible situation that she doesn't really want to be in, but she's going to have to be in. So, Brooke, where are you aiming for on the board, realistically? Do you think?
If I can beat Gecko Narco, I'd love that. Realistically,
I'm sure
I'm
you'll beat
thinking,
Gecko Narco.
I'm thinking probably. I'm thinking Glenn Green 15, David Freer.
So you go for that middle of the board, 15, 16
mid-board,
mark.
yeah. I'll be stoked
It is
to get 15.
It is pretty solid. It's pretty solid middle of the board. Let's just put that in perspective. You've got Chris Evans on 16, Stephen Frodsham on 16, Matt Clark, Ross Miller, Will Hodkin, just Will on 16. And then on 15, you've got Brett Allen, Baby G, Glenn Green, David Moo, Underground Faria, and Ross Miller's second attempt all on 15. Yeah, it's someone did worse.
He did Xbox as a whole, though. I get that. That's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a broad topic. So, right, let's crack on.
Oh,
so,
I'm gonna throw
contestant number. Oh, well, actually, no. You've got to decide, haven't you? You go first, Brooke, on this. So
I'll let Brooke pick.
Yeah, let's get it over and done with.
Okay, so she's gonna go first. So, contestant number 1, your name, please,
Brooke.
and your occupation.
That King Thing host.
Host.
Okay.
She didn't go co-host. There, Thomas. Watch out.
She didn't go co-host.
Host.
She said host.
Oh, wait.
She's going for my job.
Straight for the top.
She's going for my job. And your specialist topic.
Marvel's Spider-Man on PS4.
Okay, so 2 minutes on Marvel Spider-Man for the PS4
Oh, no.
starts now. The game is developed by which of Sony studios?
Insomniac.
Correct. During the early missions, a police officer is killed during an explosion, but what is his name?
Oh my goodness. Pass.
You unlock the homemade Spider-Man suit by collecting all of the backpacks, but how many backpacks are there?
55.
Correct. Who is Yuriko Watanabe?
Yuri Watanabe?
Yeah, I can't say it right.
This is a police chief.
Correct. I wouldn't patronise me because you're going to waste your own time. Harry Osborn appears throughout the game via a recorded message, but where does he say he actually is during the messages?
He's away because he's ill, but he's not ill.
I'll accept.
He's away getting treatment.
I'll accept. Who do you take on during the game's opening missions?
Kingpin.
Correct. What does clicking in both of the analog sticks at the same time do? That's R3 and L3.
Activates suit power.
Correct. What is the substance GR27 better known as?
Pass.
Who hosts a talk show podcast that plays throughout the game and details your exploits?
J. Jonah Jameson.
Correct. How is the underwear suit? The underwear only suit unlocked?
You got to complete certain missions.
I'll
make a pass.
leave that one. I'll leave that one up for debate with Joshua. What activity does Black Cat send you on during the game?
You have to go around the city and find 11 Black Cat stakeout points and take photos of them.
Correct. What is the general task in the side missions that Philip Chang sends you on?
Take photos of missing students.
I'll accept. I just started it, so I'll finish it.
Oh.
What is the name of the organisation brought in to put NYC on lockdown later on in the game?
Sable Agents.
Correct. Okay, so the questionable one, Joshua, I'll let you decide on, was the underwear only suit. Brooke said, what did you say? Complete missions?
You have to complete certain missions, which is true, but you have to complete the game.
Well, the official requirements are complete all missions, including side missions and citywide activities.
Yeah.
So if Joshua will allow you to complete all missions, I would probably give it you. But
she originally said complete missions. She didn't say all.
I said complete certain missions, which is
not right. She got to complete all missions.
So you're being pedantic.
I'm being a silly Susan, and I'm going to say no. You're not allowed it.
Well, because Joshua's taking that away from you, then that puts you on 10.
Oh,
that is not bad. That is. I'm glad I took it off you.
Do you know what my heart rate is? 132. I'm sorry.
I can put microphone close to my chest if you want. You can hear mine while I do it.
I'll go through what you passed. And whatever I don't think you got any wrong, so because we gave him you apart from that one that we just questioned. So I'll go back through the ones that you passed. So during the early missions, a police officer is killed in an explosion. What is his name?
It's
This is a
Miles' dad. Oh, Mr. Morales Flipperneck. What's his name? Peter, Paul? Can't remember.
Jefferson Davis.
Oh, that, yeah. Isn't it? It's Miles' dad, though, isn't it?
It is Miles' dad, yeah.
Would you have accepted Miles' dad?
I probably would have accepted Miles' dad,
I
to be fair, because that is who it
passed
is.
because I couldn't remember his name.
No, well, actually, no, the question was what is his
Oh.
name, but yeah, so that was one of them. The one that I sort of gave you was Harry Osborn appears through the game via recorded messages, but where does he say he is in the messages? He actually says that
He
he's
says he's
traveling
getting
Europe.
treatment. Yeah.
Well, he says he's traveling Europe, but obviously there is. I'll not specify the exact location of him because people might not have completed the game yet, but
yeah.
there is something. There's a twist. I've ruined it all for you.
Thomas.
You passed on what is the substance GR27 better known as?
Is it Devil's Breath?
It is Devil's Breath, yeah. I can't believe you passed on that one.
Okay.
There were 3 questions left at that point. I'm going to give them you just for the fun of it. So, how do you earn the Hero for Hire trophy?
Don't you have to go to the tallest tower and jump off and free fall a certain distance?
Not quite, but you're on the right lines.
Oh, is it sit on the Avengers Tower?
It's the one for sitting on top of the Avengers Tower, yes.
Yeah.
The last one was
There is
who
one
the
for free
voice
falling, though.
actor who plays Spider-Man in the game.
Oh, I wouldn't get that.
Shit,
Yuri Lowenthal is the answer there. And then there's a bonus one because I accidentally wrote 16, which is who do you fight at the same time as you're fighting Rhino?
Scorpion.
Correct.
They are best buddies in everything, them two.
That is...
In everything.
Do you know what? That mission is a bitch because you fight
hard.
Rhino. You fight Rhino for a certain amount of time, can't kill him, and then all of a sudden Scorpion comes in and starts shooting his Scorpio juice at you, and and then you got to fight both of them.
You know why you can't kill him, don't you?
Sounds like an ordeal for a young woman.
Also, Spider-Man doesn't kill people, Brooke. You should know this by now.
Yeah, he doesn't kill anyone.
Sorry, he can't defeat
He's one
them.
of the only Marvel characters that doesn't kill.
It's like Batman. Batman's
He's
the same
so
for DC.
respectable.
I think me and Brooke have had a conversation along these lines before. How these
I think we have had this exact conversation. How Spider-Man
don't kill anyone.
Batman
Spider-Man doesn't kill anyone, and Batman doesn't kill anyone.
Batman might not kill anyone, but he terrifies them and puts them in mental institutes for the rest of their life.
He doesn't kill them. He just knocks them out for an amount of time where it would kill them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we also had this, so it evolved into the discussion of if you were unconscious for as long as someone like Spider-Man or Batman knocks somebody out in a game, you'd probably be in a coma and end up with brain damage from lack of oxygen or something. Like,
if you're not up within a minute or two, you are dying, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gone.
Exactly. Okay, we'll move on anyway because we're pushing for time suddenly. Joshua, contestant number 2 even. Yeah, that's all your name is until you have answered the following questions. Your name, please.
Fred Paprika.
Hello, Fred Paprika. Your occupation?
Paprika Master.
gotta spice them all. Gotta spice them all. Paprika. I've just made up a new series. Congratulations, me. And your specialist topic, please, Fred Paprika.
Paprika. It's World of Warcraft
2 minutes on Paprika starts now. Paprika is what
red.
Color?
How did I know that?
Oh, dear.
Oh, that was brilliant. That's it. I have one mastermind for all time.
Okay, seriously, your specialist topic is
World of Warcraft Classic.
WoW
AKA
Classic.
WoW Classic.
2 minutes
done
on
it
WoW
again,
Classic
Joshua.
for Joshua starts now. What class is exclusive to the Horde?
Shaman.
Correct. What level must the player reach before they can unlock mounts?
40.
Correct. Who is the final boss in Dead Mines?
Ooh, Dead Mines. Victor Van Cleef.
Correct. One of the longest quest lines is started by an NPC called Thomas in Stormwind and ends after 17 quests and was later increased to 26. What is the quest line called?
Oh, shit.
You should know this. I put this
Pass,
question
because I've done it.
I put that in specifically for you as well.
Yeah, no, you have.
Where is the Mirage Raceway located?
Ooh, pass. I know where it is, but pass.
A shiny bauble is a consumable for what profession?
Tailoring.
Incorrect. It's fishing.
Oh, shit.
How long does your Hearthstone take to cool down?
45 minutes.
It's an hour. What do these races have in common? Orc, Troll, Tauren, and Night Elf.
Druid Fort. No.
No,
Druid.
it's that they all start in Kalimdor.
Ah.
Who or what is Old Blanchy?
Old Blanchy is a horse in
Correct.
Westfall. As
I will accept the specific of Westfall as well. What race has a racial of bow specialization?
Troll.
Correct. What is the insignia of the Alliance or Horde for?
For trading in for reputation.
It's not. It's a trinket that removes debuffs, movement debuffs specifically. What is the name of the Goblin faction at Gadgetstan? I started it, so I'll finish it. What is the name of the Goblin faction that Gadgetstan, Ratchet, and Booty Bay all belong to?
Pinwheedle Cartel? Something like that?
Oh, it's so close. It's Steamweedle Cartel.
Oh.
So close.
Can I decide if it gets it?
Go on. Seems like he decided if you got the other one.
I would happily take that as a no because I wasn't close enough.
Yeah, it's going to be no because you didn't get it right.
I knew that's where she was going with it. I just wanted to
I
humor
did as
her.
well. But I expected that.
Let's quickly go back to the ones that you passed. One of the longest quest lines is started by an NPC called Thomas in Stormwind, ends after 17 quests and was later increased to 26.
Missing Diplomat.
It was the Missing Diplomat. I specifically put that in because of the conversation we had about the fact that it's Thomas and he's got a brother Joshua in the thing, and we hoped that the Missing Diplomat was named James, but he was called... Oh, what was he called?
I can't remember.
I don't know. Hugo. We just decided James's name was going to be Hugo or something because of that. Where is the Mirage Raceway located?
Is it Tenaris?
It's not. You've closer.
I'm close.
It's the Shimmering Flats in Thousand Needles, so I'd have accepted either. And then that was it for what you passed, because the others you got wrong, so I mentioned them. There's 3 that you didn't get to, so we'll quickly cover them just for fun. What dungeon is located within Orgrimmar?
I can't remember. Something caverns? I don't know.
Ragefire Chasm.
That's
close. Where are Irontree Woods, Felpor Village, and Timbermar Hold located? This is all in a specific zone.
Oh, they're on Teldrassil.
No, they're in Felwood. So close, similar. And then there are 3 battlegrounds in Classic: Alterac Valley, Arathi Basin, and...
I don't know. They're only 2 I can remember. If you'd have asked me for one of them, I'd have said one of them too.
I know, that's why I kind of used those 2 in the questions anyway to make it harder. It's Warsong Gulch is the last one.
Yeah.
So you got 5, Joshua. You're on 5.
Whoa!
You're doing so well, Joshua.
Get ready, it's general knowledge, and this is where you go crash
this is
and
where
burn.
I go downhill. The Missing Diplomat's name is Mikhail, by the way.
Is that legit?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not Hugo then. Damn.
This is where I just get cut off at the knees.
Yeah, definitely. General knowledge for Brooke, considering the only game she ever plays is Spider-Man. This should be fun. 2 minutes for Brooke on general knowledge. Start now. What is the name of Google's game streaming service?
I don't know, pass.
Stadia.
What do Venom, Octane, and Paladin all have in common?
Pass.
Who
no.
made an appearance at E3 and put on another meme-worthy performance to match his others?
Keanu Reeves.
Correct. Team 17 developed what cooking simulation game?
Overcooked.
Correct. What free-to-play MMO allows you to create your own superhero or supervillain?
DC Universe.
Correct, I'll accept. What dialogue-driven adventure game was released for PS4 in May 2018?
Pass.
What two animals were added to the Sea of Thieves as its first pets recently?
Birds and monkeys.
I'll accept. Jessica Leclerc is a character in what game?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'll accept Red Dead Online specifically, but I'll accept
Online.
it. What Tom Clancy series saw its second installment released in March?
Pass. Oh, crap,
Hidden
I know.
Volcano, Wisp Circuit, and Bingo Party are levels in what game?
I don't know. Crash Team Racing.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I'm quite sure it's Team Sonic Racing.
Oh,
What developer recently launched their own launcher on PC?
Rockstar.
Correct. Which number in the Elder Scrolls series is Skyrim?
4.
Incorrect. It's 5. What is the theme of the RPG South Park: The Fractured But Whole?
Pass.
What new accessory and game have Nintendo announced to release later this month for the Switch?
Pass.
What developer? I started it just so I'll finish it.
Oh my goodness.
What
this is
developer separated
ridiculous.
from Activision to release a free-to-play version of Destiny 2?
Oh my goodness. Do I actually know this?
Last week's episode, bro.
It's been in recent news. Yeah, most of these questions have been in fairly recent That King Thing episodes.
Oh no. Oh no. Hang on.
She's Googling it.
I'm not Googling it, Joshua. I'm
She
not
said,
you.
"She said, hang on."
I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Oh, I know it. It's Bungie.
Has it's come up?
It is Bungie.
It's Bungie. Joshua,
It
I'm not
is
you. Shut up.
Bungie. Do you want to know how many that gives it? Do you want to know how many that gives you overall?
Sorry, I'm joking. I had a sip of water and I choked. Yes, I'd like to know how much that gives me. Oh, no, it's gonna be
That
like
gives you
12.
7 on general knowledge, which added to your 10
Oh my
from-
goodness.
from Spider-Man. It gives you 17 overall, which puts you in a solid.
Equal
It's
third.
well, it's third / fourth because there's 2 people tied for second on
Joshua,
18.
if you gave me the point, I would have been 18th.
You'd
I
have
would
been
have had 18
18th. That's
points.
further back.
I would have had 18 points.
Yeah, well, you should have got your answer right, shouldn't you?
What was just specialist story? It was Spider-Man. Sorry, I'm just putting the board. We don't know if you beat
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. I'm gonna put beat Joshua.
I was gonna type it in after
Wow,
you.
classic. Because Joshua needs a miracle here. Mainly because there's only 13 questions left because I didn't get a chance to write a full 60. So he's already up against it because of that. I'm not going to go through the ones Brooke passed in case I need to use them in an emergency if Joshua runs out of questions. So we will just carry on and then we'll go back to the ones that got passed afterwards. So
Okay.
Joshua, your 2 minutes on general knowledge starts now. What console was the first to have an analog joystick on its controller?
Nintendo 64.
Correct. What is the name of the newest Apex Legends map?
Pass.
Which streamer has famously moved from Twitch to Mixer?
Ninja.
Correct. How many chips do you get for free each day in the GTA casino?
10,000.
It's 1,000. What 1991 Rare game is in the process of being remade?
Pass.
What PS4 console exclusive launched onto Xbox with an update called Next?
Pass.
What was controversial about Diablo Immortal's announcement?
That it's on mobile.
Correct. What is the name of Call of Duty's Battle Royale mode?
Breakpoint.
It's
No,
Blackout.
it's not. It's Blackout.
Who developed and
Joshua.
published the Dark Souls-inspired Code Vein?
Shit. Pass. Can't remember.
Freakers are the enemy creatures in what upcoming PS4 exclusive?
The Last of Us 2?
No, it's Days Gone. Right lines,
Okay.
but wrong thing. The special edition of what game featured a coin of good and evil to help make
Fable
decisions?
3.
You're supposed to let me finish, but I'll let you have it. Faith Connors is a free runner in what series?
Mirror's Edge.
It is indeed. Tag Tournament is the subtitle of what series of fighting games?
Tekken.
Correct. Going to go back through the ones that you passed because you've got a little bit of time. What is the name of the newest Apex Legends map?
Oh, it's World's Edge. I remember afterwards.
Correct. What 1991 Rare game? I've started, so I'll finish it. What 1991 Rare game is in the process of being remade?
Earthworm Jim. I ain't got a clue.
Well, Earthworm Jim's not a Rare game, and it's
No.
Battletoads. is the
Yes,
correct
it is.
answer.
Yes.
So we got through everything, and you looped back through. Interestingly, so that gave you 7 on general knowledge, Joshua, which gives
Woo,
you a
12.
grand total of 12.
Yeah.
So GZ, bro, GZ.
Jeez.
I could have answered a lot of ones Brooke passed down. I was
Yeah, well,
hoping to loop back
let's-
round to them.
Yeah, I obviously looped back round to your questions until you'd use them all up because that's the only fair thing to do. So let's just quickly go through the ones that got passed overall. So we've got, what is the name of Google's game streaming service?
Stadia.
Is indeed. What do Venom, Octane, and Paladin have in common?
They are Rocket League cars, Brooke.
They are indeed Rocket League car bodies.
Okay, I
Brooke.
thought it was that, but Paladin flipped me the hell out.
Wow.
Paladin's
interesting.
the really thin and then really thin one at front.
Paladin's the
fat at
gross
back.
one that no one plays with because it's gross.
No,
Yeah, it's
Paladin's the one
disgusting.
that me and you use for Team BATK for a while.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You look it up.
I'm looking at it right now.
We use it, trust me.
I'm looking at it right now.
What dialogue-driven
you're right.
adventure game released for PS4 in May 2018?
Brooke should know that one, because I don't.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What was the game? I mean, what was the
It
question?
was what dialogue-driven adventure game released for PS4 in May 2018? It's one of the ones that you passed.
Do I actually know this one?
Yeah,
You sure?
100%.
2018.
Yeah.
Mm,
Do you want the answer?
I don't know. Uncharted. Yeah, tell me.
Detroit Become Human.
Oh, for fuck! I could have flipping
what else is
beaten
there?
Kate if I wasn't being a douchebag. Oh,
Yep, correct. What Tom Clancy series saw its second installment released this March?
The Division.
Correct.
Division.
What is the theme of the RPG game South Park: The Fractured But Whole?
We are looking for turn-based.
No, I was looking for the actual theme
Yeah,
of the game
I didn't
because
understand that
Stick
question.
Stick of Truth is a theme of Dungeons and Dragons or World of Warcraft, that kind of game. And then Fractured But Whole has a theme of superheroes. That's what I was getting at.
I
question.
didn't understand that at all.
Apologies that it wasn't
No, I
worded in a
didn't.
way to
That was
satisfy either of you.
deception.
Well,
Can I have a new question?
no, I'm not saying anything about the other questions that you didn't get right.
Shut
saying.
up.
What
I've had
new
4 hours sleep, Thomas.
What
my
new
excuse.
accessory and game have Nintendo announced to release for the whatever that one? What new accessory and game did Nintendo announce to release later this month for the Switch?
Nintendo Fit Ring, whatever it's called.
I'd have accepted that. It's Ring Fit Adventure.
Ring Fit.
Yeah. Let's
These are
see.
good
What's the
questions. I
Joshua
should
Pass?
get these.
What PS4 console exclusive launched onto Xbox with an update called Next? Which is a game that started as a PS4 exclusive
No
on
Man's
console.
Sky.
It is No Man's Sky, yeah. Who developed and published Dark Souls inspired Code Vein?
I can't remember that.
Bandai Namco. And then that was it because you passed. You got the Days Gone one wrong. So yeah, Joshua, you got 12 overall. Well done, both of you.
Me.
Yay!
And that
Thanks
leaves
for
us with
playing,
one.
Joshua.
Thanks. Have a wonderful time. Goodbye.
Bye, move time.
And on that note, we have one section left for this week's show.
Guest questions.
I joined in.
Yeah, you joined in, I guess, because you're doing James's part, so that's fine.
Yeah.
What do you want to do, Joshua? Do you want to read them? Shall I read them? Should we alternate them? What should we do?
Alternate them. You go first.
Okay. Taliana Tricks has asked you, Brooke, what draws you to a game? Is it the plot, artistry, the gameplay, or etc.? And also, in fact, there's a second question, so I'll ask you that one. So answer that
what
one.
draws me to a game? Yeah. I mean, plot is important because I get bored really easily. Depends what the game's about. Like, I really like Spider-Man, which is why I really like Spider-Man game. I really like Formula 1. Well, I like the Formula 1 games. Like, I need to be interested in the topic first.
So what do you like so much to make you like Rocket League?
It's just fun, innit? It's just good.
That one's the gameplay.
That one's gameplay, yeah. If I can have fun, if I can just enjoy myself while playing a game, because it's not worth it if you don't enjoy it.
Correct, that is true.
Not unless it's for achievement points.
Have you got all the Chivos for Rocket League, Joshua?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Wait, trying to call me up on it, Brooke?
Yeah.
I think she was going to humble brag and go, so have I.
Yeah, I was. Not even humble.
Have
mate,
you
just
nearly
straight
got
back.
5,000? Have you nearly got 5,000 goals with one topper on? No, you don't.
Let me have a look. Oi, how do you know?
She plays a lot of Rocket League, bro.
Yeah, but does she wear a
let me have a
topper? She said earlier
I
she
do
doesn't
wear a
like it.
topper. I don't like them, but I still wear them.
You have to in public. You can't just whip them out in public, Brooke.
Do you mean one topper, Joshua?
Yeah, just one topper.
I love how you just ignored that and avoided it.
Yeah, of course I have. I don't even think I have that many goals.
We'll move on to Trix's other part of her question, which is, do you think some games cross a line with realistic violence, and additional thoughts on game violence in general?
Do I think they cross a line? I mean, what is the line in games like that? Like, they were made to be violent games, so what line do you really cross?
Can I answer this a little bit?
No,
Yes,
you're
you
not a
can,
guest.
It's just Gears of War in general is rather bloody and violent, but when you get shot a lot, you get blown to pieces.
Yeah.
And I think
is
that's
it like,
too far.
Is it fairly realistic? Like your body parts fall off and stuff?
No, it's more the fact that when you die in online multiplayer, you don't just die, your corpse disintegrates.
Your arms, you
for
become
no
a torso,
reason
and
other than
that's
the
it.
fact that you're dead.
Yeah,
So
that's a bit gross.
That's too far. It's
Yeah,
not like that detailed, but it's really unrealistic how a sniper shot. Yes, it blows your head
Yeah.
off, but then for some reason your arms can fall off as well.
Yeah, no, I think that's a bit crossing the line. Is like unnecessary things like that. I think are a bit ridiculous.
So things like finishes in Mortal Kombat. Because that's definitely...
No, they're funny. But they're not
Yeah.
realistic though. Like, they're
Yeah,
not
yeah. I
realistic.
guess there's
Like
there's very
someone
much a
spewing-
cartoon element of
Yeah.
I'm going to reach inside you and pull out your heart. Like, yeah, I
I'm
get
going to
your
pull out your
Basically.
spine through your chest. Like that doesn't happen in real life. Or
Yeah,
some, or whatever the one
Basically.
is where it like vomits like acid onto your opponent. Like that doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah,
But getting
okay, I get
shot
that
and
point.
having your body parts blown off is like realistic in air quotes.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
the
I
way
see
the
your point.
developers are keeping really, really freaking murderous people at bay by letting them fucking make it happen in games. Everything
Maybe.
they think about doing to another person, they put in there, like, right, you can go and play our
Maybe they're
game
doing it
now.
as a service. Maybe they're doing it as a service by
Yeah.
keeping them all in
Or they
rooms
just-
developing video games.
Or they're just creating more murders for people who play the game and then go out and be like,
Don't
"Is that
start
what
that
happens?"
argument. Don't you dare. I know you don't genuinely believe that,
If-
but please don't start that argument.
Honestly, if somebody does kill somebody in real life by ramming their hand into their abdomen and pulling out their spine and skull, they got that from Mortal Kombat. There's nowhere else they fucking got that from.
Yeah.
Let's do some more then.
Nick Earl has asked, "You got this, mate?" Oh, it's not. That's not asked. It's basically, you got this, mate. So, do
Thanks,
you like
Nicky.
the Vegemite? I don't
Mom,
know how to
Vegemite.
it's
say
their
this.
version of Marmite, Joshua. It's basically the same thing.
What?
But it's better.
It's the same thing.
It's better, Thomas.
It's the same
Do you like
thing.
the Vegemite thick or thin on toast? I'm guessing that's supposed to be thick or thin on toast. I prefer to think of it on toast because then it's not really there.
Mate, just straight with a spoon out the jar.
Oh. Oh. She can't be
don't
James
really-
2.0.
Why does James not like Marmite?
I think he does, but he
don't-
doesn't talk about it.
I don't like Vegemite
Why did you say
That's-
that then?
because I've got to conform to the Australian thing.
Oh,
I love Vegemite. It's great. With a spoon, please.
you should have said like "g'day" at the end of it or something, or
That's how we originally
Bonza!
decided to ship them all
"you
off.
galah."
Yeah,
We
fair
shipped
enough.
them all off.
All
with the
those things that
Marmite
you don't
test.
actually say. Oh, somebody said something to me the other day and said, "Yeah, I know an Australian that says this," and I was like, "No, you don't." Think of something really stereotypical that Australians are supposed to say, Joshua.
Crikey.
No, it wasn't that one. It was along those kind of lines, though.
Was it put a shrimp on the barbie?
No, it was like a single word. It was a single word. It was a bit like
We don't call them
bon-
shrimp.
Nobody does because
Bonza.
they're prawns. It wasn't bonzo. It was one of those kind of words, though.
Was it Ripper?
No. If I remember, I'll come back to it.
Okay.
Craig Mitchell says, "How do Australian men manage to get an erection if all the blood rushes to their head on account of them all being upside down?"
And you're a nurse, Brooke, so you should be able to answer this.
I mean, I don't deal just with people's penises.
Oh. She deals with the bottoms too.
Oi, 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 oi. I mean, it's just the Australian way, Craig. We make it work. They make it work. The men make it work.
They just
I
hold the
don't know,
breath.
Craig.
They hold the breath, and it causes the blood pressure to drop.
No.
so low that
What they
it
do,
goes to the penis again.
is they hold their nose,
That's what I
and
just said, isn't it?
close their mouth really tight. Hang on, close your mouth really tight, and then like you know how you try and breathe out when your nose is blocked. That happens,
Yeah, to
and
pop
it
your
inflates it.
ears.
Yeah,
But the
That
penis
But
inflates
the penis
instead.
inflates instead. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh. The Jerry Narco Holmes has asked, if a Cyclops closes its eye, is it a wink or a blink?
It's a blink because you're closing all of your eyes.
Does he blink by only closing part of his eye?
No, he'd wink by only closing part of his eye.
That's what I meant.
They can't blink because winking is closing half the eyes that you have.
So if something had 8 eyes and they only closed 2, would it be considered a wink or not?
No, he might have something in those
No,
two
that's
eyes.
What is that?
That's
Go on.
just inconvenient.
It's inconvenient. Okay.
He's also asked, what do you think of the Warcraft movie?
Piss off, Jerry Narco. HGO1403 says...
No one's seen that. No one's seen that
I've
movie.
seen it, and it's fantastic.
No, look, Jerry Narco is clearly trying to upset me, and he's succeeded, so we're moving on.
Thanks for the question, Gecko Narco.
Why are you saying it wrong? I've clearly missed something.
So,
Joshua, everyone has missed something. It's just a me, Gecko Narco, and Thomas thing.
well, it's there's two weird stream jokes going on here. Lee Jerry Narco Holmes, the twat bag, has decided that every time he's in one of my streams, he's going to talk about how shit the Warcraft movie is because he knows I enjoy it. Brooke, for some reason, calls him Gecko Narco. I can't remember why.
It's because one time in chat, it was you playing some game and me and Gecko Narco in the chat. And he said something, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye in chat, and I thought it said Gecko Narco. And
you thought his name was Gecko Narco.
Yeah,
that was it. Yeah,
because I called him Bubble Butts for ages.
Yeah,
I called him Mr. Bubble Butts, and then I saw Gecko Narco, and I was like, "That's better."
yeah,
So I changed it to Gecko Narco.
There we go.
And then he used Gecko Narco as his username on a game.
Yeah, he
we
did.
played,
He
and
used
was
it
very
in
fun.
a game of
Jackbox.
Drawful. Yeah, Jackbox Drawful. HGO1403 says, when was the last time you used a skateboard to vault yourself over a small tree? No, I said that wrong.
Small tree.
I'm just going to read it again. Please pretend I didn't say that. When was the last time you used a skateboard to vault over a small stream?
It's my main mode of transport. Just
Well,
olling all over the place.
This, by the way, is a reference to the fact that her username on lots of games and things is Brookily.
Broccoli.
If you've listened to Joshua try and say her username, you'll understand.
Broccoli.
Brookily,
Brookioli.
Brookioli,
That's a common
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
Broccoli.
Brookioli. Yeah, there's a lot.
Broccoli?
There's a few people
didn't
get it
realise
right
it was
every
that
so
hard.
often. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Joshua,
Next up,
read
then,
it, yeah.
Chris Evans. Does she think McLaren are right to trust Mercedes to continue making the best engine in 2021, even though the new rules still haven't been confirmed? I am so glad that's not about Banjo-Kazooie.
Do you think that's why he's done it? He's done it he's doing it of one of two reasons, which is it's a double joke there, really, isn't it? Because he's purposely not talking about Banjo-Kazooie, but also it's a shameless promo. It's a shameless plug.
Shameless plug for Back of the Grid F1 podcast. Back of the Grid.
And I hope Chris realizes
sorry,
he's
what was
writing into the irony as well is that Chris also. Oh no, was that the one he sent as Back of the Grid before he deleted it?
No, he sent the one last week from Back of the Grid before he deleted it.
That was it. Oh yeah, because I
the
was
one about,
joking with him saying, at least you used the right account this time, Chris.
Yeah. Based on McLaren's past luck with engine manufacturers, I feel like Mercedes are going to drop off a cliff in 2021. So that'll
Yay.
be fun to watch. Lewis Hamilton, back to the grid, please.
Back of the Grid. We'll get him on the show.
Back of the grid. Oh yeah! Imagine if you could only have guests on Back of the Grid if they were at the back of the grid.
That would
George
be
Russell every week.
No, Robert Kubica.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Georgie, that's a bit rough.
Yeah, it's Robert Kubica if it's anyone. Matt Clark.
Before you go
on.
you carry on with Matt's, was the word that the Australian person was on about mate?
No.
Damn.
Mate, I say mate all the time.
Yeah, because they do actually say
They
that.
do.
don't
You all say it all the time.
Anyway, that may be Matt's thing. Matt Clark seemed to keep the theme of I'm going to talk about my own podcast instead of yours by asking, when do you think Solskjaer will get the sack at Man United?
End of season.
November.
November?
Yeah, November.
No, if they lose more than 5 games in a row, he'll be sacked.
You heard it here first. Forget Football Foundry.
Get me on Football Foundry, Matt. Get me on Football Foundry.
Come to Brooke's podcast where she talks about Formula 1 video games and the English Premier League with great authority.
Yeah.
And Australian men's penises.
Yes.
Yep. I mean, that's why I only got 4 hours sleep last night, because I was out last night, came home at 1:15, and then I watched...
Yeah,
and
with the
then I
men's
watched
penises,
English
yeah.
football.
With the men's
I watched English
penises,
football.
What you don't realize is the way that went is Joshua says and men's penises, and you go, what you don't realize is that's why I only had 4 hours sleep last night. I was out till 1:30 with the men's penises.
Waiting for his
Yeah.
ears to pop.
What of it?
You enjoy those men's penises. Joshua, read the next
I will.
question.
I will.
Paul Carter, Dummy 2008 of the Paul Posse, because that's how it's written
Hi,
this
Paul.
week.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Have you ever heard of That King thing? And if you have, do you think they're any good?
They're right.
Wow, thanks.
Which king is your is your least favorite? I know
I've
which
got a
one
few
this is
options here. I should.
No shit, you've got three. You've got three.
Shut up, Thomas. I should say James because he's not here.
But I know what you want to say, Brooke.
What, you?
Yeah, because I took a point off you.
Yeah, I could have flipping. Oh, mate. I'm still. Nah, James.
James is your least favourite. Interesting.
Yeah, because that way I can replace him on TKT because he sucks. Let's be real. And then I can replace him on Football Foundry and take over his life.
James, have you got anything to say about that?
What?
See, he's useless.
I loaded that in especially for that joke. Speaking of, actually, James says, hola y monos y Brooke, estoy teniendo unas vacaciones espléndidas y estoy seguro de que están esperando mi regreso. ¿Crees que Joshua podía leer esto? Aquí podí pedir con éxito un sacapuntas. The fact that I know what that means is just making me laugh. Me gusta intimidarte a través de las entradas porque no puedo hacer nada al respecto. Robot James chupa la polla. Apuesto aquí. Nunca ha puesto su pollo en una mayonesa de huevo con Vero. De todos modos, pronto har garajas con tuflem, mis dulas jalapenos, mucho amor, D-Man, Dark JNK94, iUniques X, ZZXXX, Fallen_Shadow, Kiss Kiss, XOXO. To translate that for our non-Spanish speaking listeners, hi brothers and Brooke, I am having a splendid vacation and I'm sure you are waiting for my return. I assume that Joshua could read this since he could successfully ask for a pencil sharpener. I like to intimidate you through the tickets because you can't do anything about it. I don't think that's translated very well. Robot James sucks his cock. I bet he has never put his cock in an egg mayonnaise with cress. I think he means the sandwich. Anyway, soon I will gargle with your phlegm, my sweet jalapenos. Much love, D-Man, Dark JNK 1994. iUnique Zex, Fallen_Shadow.
Teniendo really sounds like a mixed up Nintendo.
2042.
It is missing an N. But...
Wait, 2014-2. 2014-2. That's Spanish for 2042, by the way, people. So there's not really anything for you to answer there, Brooke, unless you want to respond to him.
Hi, James. Glad you're having a good holiday. Spain's pretty cool. Joshua couldn't read it. He can't speak Spanish very well. The rest of it is not worth my time. So have fun in Spain.
All right, we'll do some random ones then with the random number generator thingy, Bob. Because it's an old school list, so let's whip it out and see if it's still got any relevance.
Ooh, whip it out.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Not to you.
Yeah, you just did.
Whip it out and put your fingers in your ears.
And blow.
Random number, what's the maximum we have? We have a maximum of 38, so let's generate 4. You can have all of Mario's abilities, but you have to let Bowser sodomize you once a year. Do you do it?
Is that seriously the question?
That is a question that is at number 4, yes.
Do it, bro.
Hang on. Mario's powers, but I have to let Bowser anal do me
Yeah. Once a year.
once a year.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
That's the good answer, because Mario technically has no powers till he picks
Yeah, I was gonna
something
say
up.
it's not worth it. He's got nothing.
He can jump a bit higher than the average man. That's right.
Yes, he can. And his head seems to be very tough.
And they say white men can't jump.
He's probably a good tradesman, but that's all he's got going for him.
At least he'd get an
Got some
Australian
cool
visa
overalls.
if he ever needed one. Being a tradesman.
Yeah, we're in need of plumbers.
18 is what was the first game system and games that you owned?
N64.
What games?
I still have it. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, what were like the OG N64 games?
GoldenEye.
What weren't
First-
OG
first
N64
one.
games?
Oh, we had Mario. We had GoldenEye. We had all the Marios. We had
What about
Banjo and
Ocarina
Kazooie.
of Time.
Oh well.
We had Banjo
Chris,
and Kazooie. You welcome, Chris.
careful. Chris Evans is putting
gonna
his fingers in
jizz
his
his
ears
pants.
and blowing
Blowing.
internally. He's doing that thing.
If we do that here, in this country where we are in the world, aren't our cocks just going to explode?
No,
Yeah.
our ears pop. That makes more sense now. That's why our ears pop.
and bottom.
But theirs penises get bigger. Because
Oh my
they're
god,
upside
when
down.
they go up mountains, Brooke, do they get erections?
Oh, what, instead of their ears popping, like when we go in plane?
Yeah.
That's why all Australians on planes have erections. It makes sense now.
Yeah, that's why we keep chewing gum
Hikers.
on planes, because it's the only way to get rid of it.
Australian
Ear popping
doggins
thing.
done up mountains.
I wonder what happens to the
Uh.
women.
Anyway, next question.
Number 23, which is what's the worst fit of nerd rage you've ever had and what caused it?
I get really angry at Spider-Man sometimes. Like, really angry.
I've actually
You've
seen
seen
you do
me-
that.
you've
Yeah, I was about to
seen
say
me
I've
get
seen
angry.
you do that. So,
I've broken many a controller.
over Spider-Man.
I've broken one controller over Spider-Man, but I fixed it.
Wow.
Yeah. What was the question? I already forgot what it was. Rage.
What
rage
caused
something.
your biggest like nerd rage?
What caused my biggest nerd
And
rage?
what was
Okay.
it?
The most recent one was in Spider-Man, obviously, and I don't know if anyone else who doesn't play Spider-Man would know this, but in certain quests you have waves of like enemies, so they come in 6 waves. So the first wave you attack them and do certain side missions in the process, and then the second wave come in once you've defeated the first wave, and then so on until the 6th wave. Now, if you get killed in like the 5th or 6th wave, you're almost finished, but you have to start from the beginning.
Yep.
And I have done hours on certain missions because they are impossible until you figure out the exact sequence you have to do it in. And I've gotten to the 6th wave on so many of them and then died with like one person to go. And I've rage quit and I've like thrown controllers and I like broke my finger playing Spider-Man once. It was that bad.
You broke your finger.
Yeah, that was before I met you. I broke my finger.
That's definitely your biggest nerd rage, I'm telling you now.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
good.
not good.
Do you have the skill to throw a PlayStation remote and have it come back to you?
I've actually. Does it count if it bounces?
Yes, because boomerangs were traditionally hunting weapons.
Yeah, I know they are.
That's got nothing to do with it bouncing, though.
It could bounce off the critter's head and come back.
Critter. Yeah. No,
Yes.
I have thrown a controller and had it returned to me. Yeah.
Off a wall.
In the face.
Off a wall.
Into the face, yeah. The
Yeah.
next one is number 35, and that is, do cows have accents? Old school.
Yeah. Of course I do.
That is an old school TKT joke.
It's
This
a
is why
very
it's
old
good.
school TKT
That's why
reference.
it's good to dig
Please.
this thing out.
Please moo like an Australian cow.
Yeah, do an Australian one.
You put me right on the spot there.
Bonza. Just all cows in fields saying
Bonza!
typical.
Is that what cows do?
Crocky! Yeah, they just go around the field. Like, you know how I've got a farm, right? One of the driveway, you drive through someone else's paddock to get there. So there's just like 60,000 cows in this paddock, and you're just driving through, and they all just stop and look at your car, and then they like stare you dead in the eyes and just go, and that's it. It's so funny.
And that's why J4 punches cows.
At least
Yeah,
now we all
that's-
know what Brooks will sound like in her eventual childbirth moment.
You said of a cow.
No, I'm
You
just
say
saying
I'm a
you sounded
cow.
like you were giving birth.
How
Number
many
20
people have you watched give birth, Thomas?
Not many, I must admit. 25 is what is the game you are most ashamed
He just walks
of
into
owning?
maternity wards. Just goes for a visit.
Yeah, just go strolling around maternity wards, watching women going, "Mrrr."
just knocking on doors saying, "Can I watch?"
I literally just
Room
stand
for one
between
more?
two women giving birth and give them a hand each and like go, squeeze!
Ugh, that's an insight into Thomas's life.
Yeah. 25 is, what is the game you're most ashamed of owning?
Pez.
Rightfully so. One more. 12 is 12 Sonic or Mario, and why?
Ooh. That's tough. That is tough. I mean, I guess I actually play a Sonic game, even if it's just because it was cheap. I still play the Sonic game. But I feel like I'll be murdered if I don't say Mario. So, Mario.
Okay.
See, I'd have answered it in the Smash Bros. Concept of Mario versus Sonic, and I'd pick Sonic. His powers are better.
Yeah, well, on Team Sonic Racing, I hate saying that. On Team Sonic Racing, I play as Sonic because he looks cool. So, you know what? Stuff the haters. I'm saying Sonic.
Okay.
I'm a Sonic fanboy.
That is it for this week's That King thing. So thank you, Brooke. Do you want
Thanks
to do
for
the
having
outro?
me.
You got any interest in doing the outro, or shall I just do it?
Can I do it?
You can do it if you want.
Yes. All right. Thanks for listening to episode 181 of That King Thing. For all our socials, you can find us on Twitter at that_king_thing. For Facebook, just search for That King Thing. The website is thatkingthing.com. Don't forget to go to So Sick Clothing for 15% off at checkout. Use code TKT.
15%
And
off.
thanks for listening. Bye from me.
Listening. Bye.
Goodbye.
I forgot to put James on. Oh well.
I nailed that.